Have you ever been haunted?
Do what?
Memorial Day. Judas, do you remember telling an associate of ours about a child when we were standing in the woods, and then he looked to his left or right and saw that child?
Do I remember talking about this?
Yeah.
I will tell you this. There was a little girl in the hills of Tibet that looked at me. And that's all I know. Um, there
So,
were things I've seen talking over my shoulder that translated into, and to be in that place, we were listening to the wind howl over the fucking trees. It was like, it was a constant wind. And so for anybody to hear anything in that place, it's got nothing to do with me. I could not say. I did not hear anything.
You didn't hear anything during the weekend in question?
The wind howling over the trees.
You heard that?
Yes, and I was there, right there with Warren. I was with him when he saw something, but I saw nothing.
That was the point around the time, I don't know if it was the exact same time, I got up from the campfire. You know, I gotta go use the bathroom. So I get up and I go to walk to the outhouse there, just across the street. Or, well, you know, just we're in a campground. Same campground or campsites we've gone for, 20 years. I, immediately was, just stopped. Something. I can't even explain it. But yeah, it started with the whoosh that you mentioned with the trees, like the whoosh, like howling, and like it caught me off guard. I look up, I started looking around. I just kind of hair on the back of my neck, goosebumps, and I started looking around, and then I just immediately, it literally, I know it sounds dumb, but it was like that old Sam Raimi Evil Dead movie when the cabin starts coming alive and just looks all fucking crazy and haunted, and the trees like some out of a Tim Burton film. And it, I was kind of embarrassed, kind of scurried back to the campsite, and I just sit down. Warren looks at me and he's just like, "Did you go to the bathroom?" I'm like, "Nah, dude, I can't. You can't. You shouldn't go either. Like, you can't. We're not supposed to leave this campfire right now. We just gotta. I don't know. I felt weird. It was odd. Of course, he dismissed it, and we went on about just making fun of each other like we always do. Well, everybody it was just a giant group of friends and nothing but good vibes. That we had been having for the last 20 years. Literally, it was our 20th year, there. So,
until I left there, though.
Yeah.
Things looking for you.
So, I don't know if it was looking for me.
You want to go get wood, right? I think it was some camp firewood.
Yeah, I went to go get firewood from the next site over, and you were there, and so was everybody else that came over to grab firewood. And I bent over to pick up some firewood, and I saw and I still, whether imagined or not, it was still very real. When I looked up, when I bent over to pick up, the 5-6 pieces of wood to take back to the other campsite, when I looked up, there was definitely a dark figure that was probably about 7 foot tall, humanoid shape, and no eyes or anything like that, but definitely its presence. I don't think it wasn't trying to harm me. It was just saying, "Hey, what's up?"
What I call a shadow darker than night.
Well, and I couldn't see through it because of the way, and I even went back the next day because I mean, I went back there that night because my campsite was right there, or my tent was right there, and I slept in my tent, and I wasn't that scared. But even the next morning, I woke up and I was trying to, do the logistics of it. So, I walked over by the wood where I was picking it up, and I'm like, can I? Was it the trees? No, there's a clear path to the sky. And I remember looking up and not being able to That's what made the humanoid shape, was that there was a definite I could not see past it, and I could see beyond it, like the night sky. But in front of me, there was something blocking that view, and I have no idea what that was.
Something.
And it definitely, I'm not one to
Well, you turn back.
and I don't ask for that type of thing. I don't look for it. I, everything was fine. I figured just go, dub going to get some firewood at the campsite next door. Just screwing around like normal, and we're all having a good time. But then I saw that, and I was so frightened. I've never been more frightened in my life of something.
Oh yeah, I was right behind you with said associate, and I seen firsthand. I don't think you faked. There's no way to.
No, I
fake that
hyperventilated.
emotion. Yeah, there's no way to, fake
right
that.
there. I was 3 feet from you. That doesn't mean it wasn't there.
Well, and even Victoria the next day said that she had perhaps brought that with her. And I don't know. I've never felt threatened out there at all. I've never been scared.
And there we are in Crawford County.
Yeah. Welcome to Crawford County.
Crawford.
Goddamn Crawford County.